I maintain that truth is a pathless land.
This is a famous statement by Jiddu Krishnamurti which contains whole of his sayings. Now, what does that mean? If I may say, the truth is very simple, very ordinary, and in everything. Truth is nothing but this very moment, this eternal now. You see, this present moment is impermanent, ever-changing, which Krishnamurti referred to as living, moving, a non-static thing. So, how can there be any path to such a non-static thing? There are paths to my home, to the grocery, to my college, which are all what? They are static things, so they have paths. But as truth is this eternally ever-changing now, the moment you build or try to build the path to it, truth slips away. It goes very far ahead of us. Because this now never stops for anyone. The only thing it knows is to keep moving, keep flowing, and never stopping for anyone or anything. So, one cannot build any paths to this eternal truth. To come in contact with this truth, one too has to move eternally. You see, this body is always moving with this now. It is always present, but the mind is the only thing which is far behind this now. The mind is absent in the present. Why is this so? To understand this, you have to see that the mind is result of the past. Since our birth, we experienced a lot of things. These experiences are recorded by the brain in the form of memory. We will talk in brief about the mind on some other videos. For now, see that the mind, the thinking, and thoughts are past. So, they can never catch up with this now. This now is like a young healthy teenager, whereas the mind and thoughts are like fat old grandpa. The poor old and fat past cannot keep up with the young and healthy now. The old grandpa too have to take a rebirth to become healthy young one again. And how is one to do that? Krishnamurti talked about this. He said something like, living with death. What does it mean to live with death? In summary, to live with death means to forget everything each moment, to die each moment. It is, in Krishnamurti's word, to remain young, alive, fresh, and innocent. But don't take the death and forgetting as literal. Death is not to die physically, it is psychological death. Similarly, forgetting is also not to erase one's memory, but to remain unaffected by those memories. It means the memories, the past, no longer concern you. They have lost their significance. Now they have died. You left them in their place, which is past, which is behind you. Now, how is one to keep past in its correct place, in the past? This is possible through self-knowledge, which is beginning of meditation, as said by Krishnamurti. Self-knowledge is nothing but observing oneself as it is. In the end, it ends this self. When the self ends, which is past, which is center, we can now finally be present, aware, and in harmony. We can now finally be in contact with truth.